Guys, let me tell you the exact moment everything got screwed up in my life. But before that, let me show you my Amad jersey, which has arrived today, my Ivorian Messi jersey. And currently, I'm wearing my Sid from Ice Age Lenny Yoro jersey. Hopefully, you can see it. Hopefully, I don't have a bald spot. That's also a sore topic. Well, it's not a sore topic because I don't have a bald spot. Maybe in 5 years, but hopefully I won't have a bald spot. Anyways, if you're watching multiple videos from this channel, I'll usually wear Manchester United jerseys. So don't think that I'm just wearing the same jersey all the time. Like, I'm actually changing them and washing them. So, like, you know, that's really important to know. But everything got screwed up. This was like spring of 2017. You know that meme that summer of 2016 was just this unforgettable summer? Oddly enough, it was actually. It was probably the best summer of my life. I went on a bus tour around Europe, met a lot of people, was in France, was in Spain, was in Germany, so on and so forth. And it was fun. It was great. So I started university in October 2016. I was a history student. It's just why would I even choose that? Like, I like numbers and that's it. Like, made no sense, but whatever, it was fine. We learned ancient history. It was decent, like a little bit of struggles in the beginning, but I was a good student. I finished all of my exams, and in like May of 2017, I was hanging out with my friend who was struggling back in the day, and he was like, "Man, I just can't learn. This is bullshit." He was like learning in like computer science, IT bullshit, something like that. And it's a chill dude, but it was like, man, I can't do it. And he asked me like, how can you study? How do you do that? And I was like, well, I don't know. I just do it because I had to. Like, I don't know. I just don't really think about it. And by the way, back in the day, I wasn't studying anything in high school, so I have no experience when it comes to actual studying. And then in college, I had to study, and I sort of like forced myself in the last moment. Like, I didn't sleep. I studied all night before the exam, and just like forced all this information in my brain, just like to be on top of my game in the exact moment of the exam, and then like forget 80% after it. Like, I knew history, but there's a bunch of like unnecessary details that you have to learn for the exams. So I was like, let me just force that inside of my brain. And I was like doing that. It was kind of exhausting, but I wasn't looking at it that way. I was like, okay, I have to do it. I'll do it in 4 years, and then, I don't know, I'll do something in my life. Like, I always wanted to do sports commentary. I always wanted to have like a YouTube channel or something like that. But like, I'll just finish this university. I'll have this like random diploma, and at worst, I'll be a history teacher or something like that. And then when he asked me that, and I said, well, I didn't really have an answer. I was just like, well, I'll just do it. It sort of like hit me like, why am I like doing this? This is like weird. And oddly enough, I finished the year. It was fine. But at the beginning of the next year, we started having subjects which weren't my cup of tea. And we had like a bunch of unnecessary, really detailed subjects from the medieval times, and I just didn't care about it. And I was sort of like, why am I doing this? That conversation with my friend kept popping up in my brain. Like, why am I doing this? This is stupid. I don't like this. And there was this one moment we were reading like some bullshit literature from the like 8th century or something like that. And it's just like, I don't even understand these words. Like, what is this shit? And I just went out for a bathroom break. But I was like outside of class for like 30 minutes. And I was like staring at the ground, staring at my phone, staring at this shit. That's like, I don't want to read this shit. I don't care about this shit. This is really hard. I don't like this. I need to do something else with my life. So I just, like, I came back, but I was like completely zoned. You know that, what was his name? I think he passed away, the player who retired at halftime. Vontae Davis, I think that was his name. He's just like, he gave up at halftime. Like, he retired in the middle of the game because he was just like, I'm too old for this shit. I'm too banged up for this shit. I'm not good enough. This shit sucks. And I felt the same, like, whoa, what is this? And I started thinking about everything in a negative way. Like, who are these people? Like, I study history with 70 dudes. Well, not 70 dudes, like 68 dudes and two women. Zero of them are attractive. All of them are nerds. All of them are geeks. I mean, I guess there was like one or two cool guys, but whatever. And it's just like, I don't care about this shit. What is this? I have to change something. Parallel to that, I had like this super weird love story in which I got fucked. I'll explain it in the other video, but like I got fucked. And so like I had this like heartbreak combined with my mental fatigue, with my, I don't know, first time in my life I'm giving up on something, and I just like didn't know what to do. So I kind of rolled through the second year, and in Serbia you can, I guess, just roll through a bunch of exams, like, you know, if you get X amount. So for example, in history, like in every year you got 60 points for exams, and you need 37 points out of those 60 to be eligible for the year 2. Now, the way it works in history, it just adds on. So in year 2, you're going to have 120 points overall, 60 plus 60, and you'll need 37 plus 37, which is 74 points to be eligible for year 3. So in year 1, I had 60, and in year 2, I had like 15, 16, barely enough to just like squeak through into year 3, but I wasn't on budget, which means that I had to pay for year 3. I had to pay for a scholarship. And in year 3, I went to a couple of classes, which was 2018. Like I was completely cooked. Like I was so zoned out of it, and I found everything difficult. I found like I was lacking something. I thought that, you know, I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the passion, I didn't have the capacity. And also, like in Serbia, and I guess in other countries, it's really important to you know, be able to do the bare minimum when it comes to college. Like you have grades, 6 is the worst good grade and 10 is the best. So I was always like a 9. I wasn't a 10 because I wasn't a natural historian, but that was like a solid 8/9. Like my average was 8 point something, right? And I never had 6. But there is this art of getting a 6. A art of getting the bare minimum, which is enough to pass the exams. And I just couldn't do it because I found it sort of like embarrassing. I never had bad grades in school. I never, you know, had to beg for like a passing grade or something like that. And when I got close to like an exam, which I was like 50% sure that I will pass or not, I just simply didn't go out. I just simply quit before the exam because I thought it's kind of like embarrassing to not know some of the basic things that you have to know for the exam. So it all piled up, and like I ended up quitting. Like after year 3, I basically didn't even go to class in year 3. I passed 0 exams. I just quit. And then everything went south. Like I found a job, it was shit. I found another job, it was like meh. And then so on and so forth. And just like, yeah, man, that conversation with my friend actually screwed me really bad, because like if it doesn't happen, I don't have that like weird mindset. It's sort of like telling a soldier, like, why are you doing this? Why are you in the front lines? Like, are you crazy? And then like the soldier starts thinking, well, wait a minute, like I'm getting this fucking grenade thrown at me, like this fucking bombs flying left and right, and like why? Like who gives a fuck about this shit? And it's just like that bullshit propaganda of protecting your country or whatever. It's like, holy shit, I'm dying here. Like really? And that's what happened with me. So that was super weird. And like I wonder how does my life look if that conversation never happens. But anyways, we'll never find out. So tomorrow, I guess I'll have a different story about my struggles. So thank you.